Nervous about your alderman interview? You're not alone. In this video, you'll discover the top 5 interview questions you'll likely face, complete with example answers to boost your confidence. Stay tuned to discover how to effectively address a controversial topic at a community meeting. Here's a question that digs into your leadership and community engagement skills. Can you describe a successful community project you led or were involved in? Interviewers want to see your ability to drive initiatives that bring tangible benefits to the community. When tackling this question, start by identifying a project with measurable impact, such as increased voter turnout or improved local services, as this shows you understand what success looks like. Next, detail your specific role, whether you spearheaded the initiative or coordinated volunteers, to highlight your leadership capabilities. And finally, explain how you communicated with and involved community members, fostering trust and collaboration, which is crucial for an alderman. Here's what a strong answer sounds like.
I led a neighborhood revitalization project focused on improving local parks. I organized monthly community meetings to gather input and worked with city officials to secure funding. By involving schools and local businesses, the project not only revamped the parks, but also increased community engagement by 25%. As a result, the area saw a 15% decrease in vandalism, and residents reported a greater sense of community pride.
Up next, we're diving into the art of conflict resolution. Let's dive into a question that many alderman candidates will encounter. Tell me about a time when you had to mediate a dispute between community members or stakeholders. Interviewers ask this to see how you handle conflict resolution, a critical skill for effective community leadership. To make your answer stand out, try these tips. First, use precise language to describe the conflict and the parties involved, as this clarity shows you grasp the situation fully. Next, explain how you ensured all voices were heard, which is crucial for building trust among community members. And finally, share a specific strategy you used to reach a compromise, because it demonstrates your problem-solving skills in action. Here's an example of how you can articulate a strong response.
Last year, I mediated a dispute between local business owners and residents over parking restrictions. The business owners were concerned about the impact on customer access, while residents wanted less congestion. I organized a community meeting where each side could express their concerns and proposed a solution involving designated parking hours. This compromise improved traffic flow and was well received by both parties, boosting community satisfaction.
Now let's explore how you can unite diverse voices for a common cause. This question, describe a situation where you worked with a diverse group of people to achieve a common goal, is designed to assess your collaboration skills and cultural sensitivity. Interviewers want to see how you navigate different perspectives and leverage them to achieve meaningful outcomes. To craft a standout response, start by identifying the unique perspectives each group member brought to the table. This demonstrates your awareness of diversity's value. Then, focus on a specific strategy you employed to unify the team towards the goal, showcasing your leadership skills. Finally, mention a challenge that arose from diversity and how you turned it into an advantage, as this shows adaptability and problem-solving prowess. Now let's hear an example of how you can put these tips into action.
In my role as a community coordinator, I led a task force to revitalize a local park. Our group included residents from various cultural backgrounds, environmental experts, and local business owners. I initiated a series of workshops where everyone could voice their vision and concerns, fostering an environment of mutual respect. One challenge was differing priorities, like environmental sustainability versus commercial interest. By highlighting common goals, such as increased foot traffic benefiting both interests, we successfully redesigned the park to support native plants while allowing local businesses to set up kiosks. The project not only transformed the park, but also strengthened community ties.
You're halfway through. You've tackled community projects and conflict resolution. Let's keep the momentum going. You're learning the questions, but knowing them isn't enough. Mock Interview Pro builds a alderman preparation plan. You practice answering out loud, get real feedback, and sit through a mock interview that feels like the real thing. Link in the description. Now here it is. The question we warned you about, tackling controversial topics in meetings. Here's a scenario many aspiring aldermen might face. Imagine you're speaking at a community meeting about a controversial topic. How would you prepare and present your points? Interviewers ask this to assess your ability to navigate complex issues and communicate effectively with constituents. To craft a compelling answer, start by using local data or anecdotes to ground your points in the community's reality. This shows you're in touch with constituents' needs. Next, acknowledge opposing views, which demonstrates that you're considerate and balanced, not just pushing a one-sided agenda. And finally, include a call to action to engage the audience and move the discussion forward. It's not just about winning an argument, but fostering community involvement. Here's what a strong answer sounds like.
When I addressed the issue of zoning changes at a community meeting, I first presented data showing the potential economic benefits and shared a story about a local business that could expand due to these changes. I acknowledged concerns about increased traffic and proposed solutions like improved public transport. I concluded by inviting community members to join a task force to work on these solutions together.
Time to shift gears into crisis management when resources are scarce. Here's a challenging scenario you'll likely face as an alderman. How would you handle a situation where a natural disaster occurs in your ward with limited response resources? Interviewers ask this to see your crisis management skills and your ability to leverage community relationships effectively. To craft a standout answer, start by quickly establishing a command center with key contacts for streamlined communication, as this shows leadership and organization. Next, highlight any pre-existing emergency plans and discuss how you'd adapt them to the current situation, demonstrating preparedness and flexibility. And finally, talk about utilizing social media and local networks for real-time updates, which ensures transparency and keeps residents well informed. Here's what a strong answer sounds like.
When a severe storm hit our ward last year, I immediately set up a command center at the community hall, coordinating with local police and fire departments. We had an emergency plan, but the damage was more extensive than anticipated, so I adapted it by prioritizing the most affected areas first. I used social media and local radio to provide real-time updates, which kept residents informed and calmed. By the end, we had ensured everyone was accounted for and safe, with minimal injuries reported.
Your interview is coming. Stop preparing alone. Mock Interview Pro builds an alderman preparation plan that adjusts to your timeline. Even if your interview is this week, it focuses on what matters most. Targeted practice, AI feedback, and a live mock interview so you walk in calm and clear. Start your preparation plan now. Link in the description. In this video, you learned how to showcase your leadership through community projects, navigate conflicts, and collaborate with diverse groups. You also explored effective communication for contentious issues and disaster response strategies. Remember, you're equipped with the insights you need to make an impact in your interview. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more tips. Go crush that interview.